me tell you what I know from having worked in the inner city neighborhoods for 38 years. The people in those neighborhoods don't support candidates that stop in for photo ops during election season. They trust candidates who show a genuine interest in advancing their quality of life year in and year out, and who invest in their communities with care and concern over the long haul.
Worked the sheriff's office for about 20 years. Had an opportunity to work with juveniles before that. Came to Hennepin County sheriffs and actually got to know Rich as the sheriff. And before you know it, we built a good trusting relationship and trusted me enough to run what you call the community engagement team. Became really close friends ever since. I can just honestly say the Rich that I know is a true honest person. He likes to help people. He has helped me personally. I've seen his work done. He's one of those people that you hear his name and a lot of people will smile. A lot of people know what he has done. And he's a true believer in what he does, and I'm a true believer in what he does. And that's why I like Rich Stanek.
I started my public safety career as a police officer on these streets 38 years ago, working with the residents, the neighborhoods, really fighting violent crime. One of the core principles I've always learned was leadership matters, and you learn by experience. Having an opportunity to serve as the Commissioner of Public Safety, or then being elected as Hennepin County Sheriff with a large, complex organization of 1,100 personnel with 8 distinct lines of business covering 45 cities across the county. That's the experience I bring to the table.
I remember when the Rich Stanek was a sheriff and many other law enforcement, they was working teamwork. I want to work with them as in community leaders and a lot of elderly people, scholars and educated people. We work with this city for the law enforcement. It was much safer than ever.
This was my beat for a lot of years. My new beat will be the state of Minnesota. Instead of working out of a squad car, I'll work out of the state capitol.
My name is Carmen Viviano. I am from Mexico. I know Sheriff since 2015 when I joined the Sheriff's Office. I was part of the community engagement team, and I started working with the Latino community. And then, well, I was working with the other communities as well, and I actually enjoyed working very closely with Sheriff Stanek.
I'm a firm believer in being moral, ethical, and professional. I do believe that Rich Stanek would be a true leader. The fortunate thing is I am in law enforcement. There's a disconnect right now between the community and police. We need to get back community policing with the community, being able to travel to certain areas such as the north side of Minneapolis, northeast side of Minneapolis, and building relationships. At one point in time, the sheriff's office had a disconnect with some of those communities, and we had an opportunity to actually go out and speak and do PSAs and talk about certain things within the community, and even ask questions as of what do you need? What can the sheriff's office do, for you? And so with that, we ended up building some pretty good relationships.
I think this is really part of the roots of the community, right? Born and raised here in Minneapolis, spent my entire life down here. I went to grade school here, K through 8. This is about 8 blocks from my childhood home. I learned my Christian conservative values here at this school.
Being an immigrant, he helped me with the process of my citizenship. I really need the support, and I really don't have that right now. So he supported me, and I always say that thanks to him, I am a citizen.
I have a real connection with the people here in the 3rd and the 5th congressional districts because I'm one of them. I'm their neighbor, I'm their friend, I'm their colleague.
His expectations are always very high. When he told me that he was running for governor, I was very happy. Was not really surprised, but what a great fit, right?
That's the Rich Stanek I know, that he cares about my family, and I know that he cares about other people as well.
What I know him, he's someone who knows the business to run the show. The difference in this world, if the person don't know the business, cannot run the show.
These are men and women who work in a very diverse community, but they don't just work. I mean, they're community members, they're friends and neighbors. These are people I worked with to reduce violent crime, to understand their community better, both in terms of the men and women who work here, but also what are their core needs. The guy they see at their schools, at the church events, the community festivals, the local parades. I'm the guy they call when they need help and assistance. That's something that just doesn't happen overnight. It's not some fantasy about wanting to be their candidate for governor. It's born through hard work and toil and a connection with the community itself.
Rich Stanek for governor.